Hey girl, hey. Hey boys, hey. Welcome back to my channel. It's MAMABUDEEZ here. Welcome everyone. I came on early just in case I have to reset the internet. Welcome everyone. This is a place that we do not hate. We participate, we articulate, we speculate. And if you don't act right, we'll have to regulate. Get right on out of here. I hope everyone is having an amazing week. I hope I'm not buffering. I hope that there's not an error, and I hope that you can hear and see me well. I am so excited to be able to do a live and come on and see you guys. It has just been too long. Can everyone see me? How is the, thank you so much, Tristan. Hi, Emma. Hi, Thomas. Hi, my beautiful people. So, I am just so thankful to have a minute to myself. Monday was President's Day, so the post office were closed, but I had to go to the doctor still. And then I had to go to the pharmacy, and since my car's broke down, I had to Uber and do those lovely things. Well, on Monday, I told Gage at the pharmacy to please not touch anything, that people are getting sick and that the flu virus is so bad. So I told him not to touch anything, and he went around telling everyone that he wasn't scared of the flu. And so he woke up the next day on Tuesday and Wednesday. He had a sore throat, a headache, and did not feel good. A stuffy nose. He still has the stuffy nose. So it's been a struggle this week getting the schoolwork done and all of that, but he's been doing it, and he's been even waking up super early in the morning so he can still play his video games before he does school at 8 o'clock. So he goes to bed at 6 p.m. at night. And I just love this pattern because I get a break at night as well. And so the reason why it's not buffering is because he's asleep and he's not playing Roblox. So good for that. That is for certain. I really needed some adult time. It's been a blessing. It's always good to be able to stay at home and work and to be able to take care of your kid and do the whole homeschool thing if you can wing it or do it. It really is beneficial. But you really do strive to talk to a grown-up. You want to have adult conversation. And he is very smart. He could have adult conversation with me if I wanted him to, but I have to also remember that I'm his parent. I need to let him be a kid. And so I try to do that. But you guys, these cases are just insane. They are popping up everywhere. Missing children here, murdered mom there, murdered dad. It's just so sad how dark everything is getting. It's so hard to even keep up with all the cases. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit of some updates on Gannon, Lori, and Faye. The last video I did, we were doing her search video, and right after we got off that live, her body was found. So we're going to talk about those 3 cases, and then we're just going to chit chat together and find out how you're doing and see what's going on with you and catch up because it's just been too long. Oh, I bet your hair looks fabulous, Janine. Okay, so Gannon, the authorities have suspended the outer search that they decided to do of surrounding counties the last week. It was Highway 105 after a week intense probing since February 13th. Gannon went missing January 27th. What we do know is that he was changed from a runaway to a missing endangered child. He was last seen getting into his stepmom's truck, but not returning on surveillance. She did not report him missing until hours later from the surveillance, saying that Gannon had decided to go to a friend's house at 4:15. But the surveillance shows Gannon leaving with her at 10 a.m. and him not returning with her. But there are some people that are speculating that he got out on the other side of the truck, and the video just doesn't show that. But I feel like news outlets wouldn't continue to report over and over and over if there was some proof that Gannon got out on the other side of the truck. But I could be wrong on that. But her story is, the stepmom's story is that he was there when he got back. You just didn't see it, and that there's shadows that you can tell under the truck and all of that. That is her justification. They have called in the FBI and surrounding law enforcement agencies to aid in the search, but still nothing. And Gannon's mother spoke exclusively last night with ABC News, and she was pleading to the public for help. She vowed to not let her son's story die and asked for tips for anything that may help find him. She did give the tip line as 719-520-6666, but still, as days pass, we still find nothing on Gannon. How did this young boy just vanish off of the face of the earth? It is just mind-boggling. And so I am hoping that they don't drag their feet on some kind of charges like they did with Lori Vallow. Now, Faye Swetlik, she had a tragic outcome. She was found deceased right after I got off my last live video about her search. She went missing on February 10th after getting off of her school bus and being seen playing in the yard. She was only 6 years old. It was her very own neighbor who killed her by asphyxiation, only hours after taking her from her own front yard, you guys. Her body was found February 13th in a wooded area between her family's home and an auto repair store. The neighbor, Cody Taylor, was 30 years old and took his own life before agents could get to him. He killed himself at home, which was only 150 feet away from Faye's house. He was found shortly after Faye was. This neighbor had been interviewed prior to finding Faye and let them search his house and everything, but they were not alerted to anything at that time. Once the trash truck came around the neighborhood, the police wanted to make sure that they looked through every trash can before it actually got dumped in the truck. Well, a can that they found in a very close proximity of Cody, the neighbor's house, had an actual polka dot boot, which was Faye's boot, and a ladle, which had dirt in it. And so according to that, that's when police decided that they would go to the surrounding woods around where they found this in this can. And it was very close to Cody's home. And that's when they found the body. But while they were recovering the body, a neighbor called 911 to report a man bleeding out on his back patio. And Cody had cut his own throat, according to autopsy reports, and DNA was found on the boot and the ladle that was Faye's, the 6-year-old child's, and Cody's, the 30-year-old neighbor's. Police said Cody had just moved the body to the woods. It had not been there long, and she did not die at that location. God rest her soul. Oh. So that is just so sad, that case, you guys. But I want to move on to some great news. We do finally have some great news, and then we'll sit here and chat. But finally, Lori Vallow was arrested, you guys. Lori quit being a mother to her kids, if they're alive. And she also lied to cops and told a friend to lie to cops about where the children were, according to court documents. Reports do not say anything about the whereabouts of the children or where they could even be. But it does say that she was arrested yesterday in Hawaii. The friend that Chad and Lori had said the child was with admits that the couple asked her to lie back in November and to say that JJ was with her, and he wasn't. During several search warrants since that time, nothing turned up besides the fact that JJ's medicines had not been filled since January. The area, there are no plane tickets in their name, so they weren't doing any of the traveling that Chad and Lori were back and forth to Hawaii. There's no record of them flying in the past months. Nothing. During search warrant of the car in Hawaii, they did find the kids' birth certificates and a bank card that belonged to Tylee. I'm sorry, Tylee. I keep calling her Tylee, and I am butchering her name. Her name is Tylee. And JJ's iPad. Lori got arrested yesterday on 2 counts of desertion and non-support of dependent children, which both are felonies. And she also got a misdemeanor charge of resisting officers and criminal solicitation and contempt of court. Her bail is set at $5 million, you guys. And Hawaii police say that they'll have an update at 6 p.m. And when I last looked, I think Hawaii, it was only like 1 o'clock there. So I think it'll be 6 p.m. here, maybe when it's in like 5 hours, they'll have an update. Unless they meant our time. There's supposed to be an update and I will know more. But yes, finally, she is in jail. And obviously she was resisting arrest. So I bet she thought this couldn't happen to her. I thought she thought she was going to make it to July 2020 when they think that the end of the world is coming. But back to Faye, I don't understand how Faye's body could possibly have been in that man's home where they did the search. And he was able to hide it from them because they weren't alerted. I guess police officers can't just go up and look in every nook and cranny of somebody's house, can they? I just wonder, and we'll never know because those secrets died with him. Like, we'll never know where she was because the report says that Faye passed within hours of him taking her, but they didn't find her body till the 13th. And they said that he had just put her in the woods. So what did he do with her from the 11th and the 12th? Where was she? And the sad part is that we'll probably never get answers for that. Yeah, her mugshot makes her look a lot older than she really is, Tristan. It was crazy. I saw a 60-year-old woman looking back at me in her mugshot. Hey, Pilot Pete. Hey, BB girl. VB girls, they think that they're one of the 144,000 that they talk about in Revelation. Oh my goodness, I did not know that. Or were you just joking and saying that? Or does their cult or religion or whatever you want to call it that they're following believe that? Okay, let me see if I can find it. Let me get my tablet. Actually, I'm afraid if I get any other device on the internet, I'll start buffering, so I better not. I haven't, to be honest, Tristan, I have not checked my email at all. I need to check my email. And I haven't read my comments. And as soon as I get off this live, I promise that I'm going to go check my emails and read all the comments that I've been missing on this page. I've just been so busy, and today I had to get to the post office for the first time and mail out everybody's stuff, and it's just been a ratchet week. Yeah, she looks so mad. Like, she couldn't believe it happened to her, Heather. On the Dateline episode. They believe that. I didn't know that, Miss T, but that number got nothing to do with what cults make it out to be. Oh, I know what that number is. I'm actually doing a Bible study on Revelation right now. So, yes, it actually has nothing to do with cults. It has everything to do with Revelation and the 144 elders. Didn't they check his car for Faye? I wonder if there's DNA in the car. Ooh, I wonder that too. Good question, one Mama Lisa. I think there maybe just Haley is pregnant. It's October, from July is 9 months, and she says that second coming is July 2020, and that is supposed to help the next Messiah come in July. So Very, very possible. Great thinking, Faith. Where's the husband? Is he just hanging out? Oh, he's going to drop her like a hot potato. If you're talking about Lori, Chad Daybell is out of there. He's done with all that. Oh, look, Rockabilly Brandy says the same thing. Her cult friend does interviews on Dateline and mentioned the 140 thing. Oh, I gotcha. But didn't they also say the cult friend people that they kicked them out? Excuse me, that they kicked them out of that whole cult thing, that they no longer represent that we the people, I think is what it's called, the cult. Insane. And the case is still open with Alex's sudden death, Lori's brother. And the case is still open with Charles' supposedly self-defense death. But Alex was the defendant in that case, and he's passed. So I don't know what's going on with that. And the only people that was at the house when Lori Vallow's husband was killed, Alex and her 2 children. Alex is dead and the 2 children are missing. It's like no one that saw that go down is around to talk about it. And Lori gives me the heebie-jeebies in that picture. He was in the courtroom. Well, it won't be long. He won't last years and years. Yes, he wrote lots of books, Miss T, on the whole thing. Evidently, I looked at a couple of them, but lost interest. They exhumed Tammy's body back in December or January, Brandy, but they are still investigating it, just like the other cases. The Alex's death is being investigated, and Tammy's death is being investigated. And they also all got married in November. Chad married Lori Vallow, but Alex married somebody else too, her brother. And then the sister-in-law of one of them, I don't know if it's Chad's sister-in-law or no, is it a niece? It might be a niece. It's either Chad's niece or Lori's niece, was married to this guy, and they got a divorce and he got shot at. And then she evidently married someone else too. And they all did this whole marriage ritual back in November within weeks of each other. They all got rid of who they were with and remarried someone else in the covenant, I bet. It's crazy. They don't have enough evidence to even show she was killed, much less it was Alex, Chad, Lori, whomever killed, so they can't arrest Chad yet. Oh, yeah. I don't think they have enough evidence on Chad, period. I think all the evidence points to Lori, and he made sure of that. He made sure that she, the path led directly towards her niece. That's what it is. Thank you, Faye. Yes, you do need a flow chart. But anytime you read it, when you Google it, they normally do give you the timeline. Everybody, when you Google it, gives you a timeline. They can't just give you an update on this case without breaking it down so you know what's up. It's insane. Yeah, hopefully she will take him down with her. She will. But I just feel bad for all these law enforcement agencies that aren't used to taking on these cases. And then all of a sudden they've got these big, huge cases on their hand. The media is just staring at them. YouTubers coming after them. And it's got to be hard to be law enforcement this day and age. I can't imagine. My dad had it easy because he served in a different time. You know, this day and age is totally different. And I got mad respect to people that go into the service and people that go into law enforcement, because you're putting your lives on the line, and, you know, you're signing up for a lot that could give you PTSD and just mental health issues. And so I got mad respect. Y'all are, you know, bigger people than I am. This is going to be mind-blowing when it all comes out. Lori is the ringleader and is going to flip like a burger. I agree, Heather. Had his hands clean, left her to take the fall, but he's leaving around July. LOL. Exactly. When Tammy was shot at, when Tammy posted that someone shot a paintball gun at her, but it misfired. That will show someone else killed Tammy. True. That's a lot of pressure. Yeah, it is. And I feel bad for them, you know, and then they get these big, huge cases and they've never even dealt with a murder before in their life and they don't know what to do. And sometimes they don't do the right thing. Sometimes they do and they save the day and they, you know, find the girl within a few days and they get mad respect. But sometimes they really do mess up and, you know, these are people's lives. And I just feel bad for them having to carry that on them every day of their lives. And I know they sign up for it and all of that, but I still just have a different respect for them now that I'm watching them come and do their press conferences and I'm seeing the good, the bad, and the ugly. The people that actually care, the ones that choke up when they're giving the press conferences, the other ones that are just cold and calculated themselves. Like, it just shows the wide genre of different people that we have in law enforcement. Has anything been said about the storage units? No, they just said that they saw them going in there, and I've got some videos here where you guys can see that. I posted links below my Lori Vallow videos of the storage units. But it just shows them going in and out and, you know, that object hanging over that kind of looked like a wrestling mat. And who knows? The court documents aren't saying much. I'm hoping that we're going to get more information at 6 p.m. when the Hawaii people do their press conference. And so I'll be happy to come on and share that with you guys. As far as which one, Pilot? Are you talking about, is it going to turn into the Lori case or the Faye case? Yes, she's being taken back to Idaho. Rockabilly. That's what they said last, but that could all change in the new press conference. But the last I heard, she would be taken back to Idaho to face her charges there. Wow, that's so awesome, Pilot Pete. That's like you could go stalk her one day and get 1 million hits on that video if she's that close. But she definitely killed her kid, in my opinion. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's already at that level. I just hope that she doesn't get away with it like Casey did. Yeah, she's going to be extradited, small town mom. I know. I can't imagine either with the Faye case. It just shows that when your children get off the bus, you need to be there. If they are 6 years old, you need to be there. And if your children are playing outside and they're 6 years old, you need to be outside sitting there with them. Not to blame anyone in this case. The man was a predator. He was going to do what he was doing. He obviously was watching this child and had planned on doing this. But what I'm telling you is hindsight is 20/20, and you need to sit outside with your 6-year-old daughters, your 6-year-old sons as well. The world is messed up. Don't leave them out there by themselves. I see little kids walking away from bus and always wish I could pick them up. I know what you mean, BB girl. Even in your own yard. Yep, that's absolutely what I'm talking about. Outside, period. If they're outside, period, you have to be outside with them. I go as far as not even letting my son hold the front door open if I'm not in the same room as him. We have to close and lock the front door if I walk out of the room that is got the door open. So I don't play that. I do not. You cannot let your just run outside and play at 6 years old. No. And once your kids get home from school, you haven't seen them for 8 hours. Invite them in, hang out with them, get them a snack. There's no reason they should be outside right away. Don't they have homework? Don't they have stuff to do? I mean, I don't know. To each their own. You can't really control anybody else but yourself. So just make sure that if your child is 6, you're outside with them. Thank you. Exactly, small town mom. And if you sit on a deck or you can see them and you're looking out of a window, you won't turn around and then be gone. If someone tries to get them, you're going to have a full description, the tag, everything. You're going to have clues. But if someone takes them and you're not watching, you have no clues whatsoever, because it can happen in a blink of an eye. Yes, you guys can't even be helicopter moms anymore. You got to be hoverboards. You got to hover. It's sad, and they will probably hate you for it, but they will be here. They will be annoyed, but they will be here. And, but on the other side of that, if a predator wants your child, they are going to get your child. Like, they will find a way to become their caretaker. They will find a way to get you convinced that they're not bad. So just as much as you protect them and watch them outside, you still could have someone violating them in your own family. So it's very important to have open communication with your children and let them know that you would never be mad at them if they had to tell on somebody, and that you would never think it was their fault. It's important to have these conversations with your children. I know it's awkward and you don't want to give them ideas if it never happened. You don't want to make them think these things, but it's conversations that need to be had. It's very important things that in this day and age and where we live now, we have to do this. We have to know that you can't trust everyone, that the best person to watch your child is you. I'll shank a fool if they even want to try to take my kids, Brandy said. Yes, girl. She will shank you in it with a shiv. In Wisconsin, school employee was charged with putting cameras in hotel rooms while on a class trip. Wow, BS. Yeah, when I was in my very own high school, the news showed up at our high school because some of the senior boys were videotaping themselves doing things with underage girls. And they were showing it to the faculty and the coaches and stuff. And coaches were fired over it just for watching the tapes. And so that was back in 1992. So I could only imagine the debacles and debauchery that's going on in the high schools today. That's why I homeschool. That's good, VB girl. Yep, and that's what he did. He shanked himself. He slit his own throat. And he could have done that before he did what he did to Faye. Why couldn't you take yourself out of your own misery before you did that to Faye? I mean, that's just awful. I cannot believe that. That was not the outcome I wanted. It breaks my heart so much. And that was in South Carolina, you guys. That was just right around the corner from me. So now that we're talking about this, how old is a boy? How old is too old to take in the women's bathroom? Because we went to the Sonic movie, you guys, and I have been getting dirty looks by women taking my 8-year-old in the bathroom with me. So I decided at the movie theaters that I was going to let him go in the men's restroom. Well, my godfather looked at me like I was crazy. He goes, you're going to send him in there alone? And I said, well, we've had a conversation that if anyone talks to him, scream. And that gives me reason to run in, that no one will get mad at me. If my child is screaming, I'm allowed to run in there. And so I told him that if anyone even tries to approach him, talk to him, even if they're being friendly, to scream. And so my godfather went in there and tried to talk to him in a different voice to see if he would scream, and he did. But it's still it gives me pause because you're giving them to the mercy of that bathroom. And I just don't feel like I should have to take him in there. I feel like because of his ADHD and autism that I should be able to take him in the women's bathroom. That it just frustrates me. What do y'all think? 13. VB girl says, who cares? I got stuck on the homestead children case for a couple of years. I'll have to look that up, Miss T and BS. I let my boys go in by themselves when they were 6, but I stand by the door even now. Yeah, I say stand by the door too. Hey, Save Robbie. I send them in the boys. I didn't see all of it. I send them in the boys' room, but I stand by the door. My son is 7. When we took our boys to Wonder Woman, there was a man next to us. Oh my God. Wow. Where was Wonder Woman at? Oh, a movie. It was at a movie place. 12 at least stand outside. We need more family bathrooms. Thank you, BS. That would be like perfect. I think Gage is old enough to go alone if you're the only one with him. And by all means, run in if he screams. Thank you. My husband found him in the bathroom after. Wow, VB. Hey, boy. Hey. Speaking of, you guys, my shirts are coming soon. We're working on them. I'll have them here. The Hey Girl Hey and the Hey Boy Hey. And you can either get MAMABUDEEZ on the back or not. You can just get the Hey Girl Hey or the Hey Boy Hey. And I'm only going to have them in black or white. You can choose your color and choose your Hey Boy or Hey Girl. And then choose if you want MAMABUDEEZ on the back. And we're all going to be rocking them this summer. I'm so excited. They are on the way. Oh, that is so awful, Lady Arnold. Yes, I wish there was. Every theater should have a family bathroom. I agree. They don't have any of those here in North Carolina. That's like unheard of here. And I wish I had someone else to send him in with, but my godfather went in with him, and that's what I'll probably do is just invite my godfather to go along on everything we do. I just knew I was getting dirty looks when I was taking him in the bathroom. Women were looking at me like, he is too old. I just knew it, but it could be me, you know, sometimes how us women overanalyze things. I knew you would get a shirt, Save Robbie. I'm so excited. Haley's going to get a few. I'm super excited about the shirts. The first one is going to come so you guys can see what it looks like. I'll put it on, and then we'll take our pre-orders, and I'll have them all ready for you and to you within a week, I promise. Because I'm going to order a bunch of shirts ahead of time and have them here. So as soon as you order them, I'll be able to pack them up and ship them off. Ooh, 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 ooh. Sorry, I haven't been around. Oh, girl, I haven't been around, BS, so it's okay. You're good, girl. You good. They're $20 plus $5 shipping. My mom was in line with her 2 other kids. It was a big deal. My son was 13. I would have been freaking out too. The lady said, why is he in there? Wow. Target has family bathrooms in upstate. I'll have to look in Target. I haven't looked in Target. We have one right up the road, though. I'll have to check it out. That's what Haley said. Haley said, what if I buy 8? Because I told her that if she buys 8 nails, she gets 1 free. And she said, what if I buy 8 shirts? We'll work something out, Brandy. Don't worry. Don't you worry. I'm probably going to sell out of my shirts the day I get them. BS, oh no, my mother broke hers. The next year she broke her other, then had to have a plastic hip. Oh, so sorry, BS. I didn't see the post. Sorry, I haven't been around. Oh, yes, I did see that. That's awful. I can't imagine. We are sending you lots of love. I would wait you sent him to the men's room alone, but as long as he has the code word and knows what to do and you're outside the door, it's okay. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Okay, you guys. Well, I do plan on coming back for some late night chat, but I wanted to give you those updates. I'm going to look up some other things. I also wanted to jump right in with giving you guys my synopsis of the My Daddy is a Hero book. And I am going to go do my devotional group that I do on Facebook. And if you're interested in that, just email me and I'll add you to it. But I'm wishing everybody a wonderful Friday night, and I'm hoping everyone just had the best week ever. And if you didn't, it's not going to stay this way for long. It gets better, I promise. You just got to keep plugging away. You got to be your biggest cheerleader. You got to cheer yourself on. You got to pat yourself on the back, because sometimes our support systems aren't as good as they should be. Sometimes people aren't there for us like they should be. And so you can be that for yourself. All of those things that other people do for you and make you feel, you can learn how to make you feel yourself. And it's hard, trust me, because I used to go to people for all of those feelings as well. But I learned to pat myself on the back. Just like I said, I learned to cheer myself on. I learned to get myself through it and to, hold on to the supports and the strengths that I do have. So hold on to those good people in your life that are always cheering you on, and just know that you don't need anybody's gratification or recognition or anything to do the most amazing things that you can do in your own life. So remember that, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye, girls. Bye. Bye, boys. Bye.